Welcome to the American Amnion Association Podcast, a show dedicated to exploring the groundbreaking advancements in birth tissue-derived medical technologies, the power of collaboration, and the future of regenerative healthcare. Each episode, we bring you thought leaders, industry pioneers, and medical experts who are shaping the next frontier of healing and patient care. I'm your host, Teresa Hahn. Today, we're honored to welcome a distinguished guest whose work sits at the intersection of science, healing, and hope. Dr. Nivriti Bhagakar, PhD in microbiology and current head of department at the National Burn Center in Navi Mumbai, brings over a decade of cross-disciplinary experience in molecular biology, stem cell research, and tissue banking. Dr. Niv currently oversees the Skin and Amnion Bank, leading efforts in skin harvesting, amnion meshing and preservation, and cell culture. His hands-on leadership in CDSCO registration, protein collection, and eschar treatment protocols marks him as a pioneering voice in the application of birth tissue for wound healing and regenerative therapies. With over 15 published research papers, a Young Scientist Award to his name, and years of laboratory and academic leadership, Dr. Niv stands at the forefront of India's emerging contributions to amniotic membrane science. His mission aligns closely with ours, advancing ethical, effective, and life-changing applications of birth tissue worldwide. Stay with us as we explore his insights on birth tissue innovation, regulatory challenges, and the global future of amnion-based therapy. Dr. Niv, welcome to the show. It's an honor to have you as a guest.
Well, thank you so much for being on. I know that we have gone back and forth on LinkedIn. I had the privilege of kind of peeping your profile on LinkedIn and really finding out just how extraordinary you are and your work is in India. And so I really appreciate you coming on today and would really, I'm looking forward to exploring your background. And, so the first thing that I'd like to ask is, with the National Burn Center, can you walk us through your current role and specifically your responsibilities?
Okay. Right now, I'm working as a head of department in a National Burn Center. So here, under my 4 lab is working. One is a skin bank. So there we are processing the skin, harvesting the skin, and preserve the skin. And second one is a amnion bank. There we collect the placenta, store the amnion, and check the quality also. And after that, we have one again stem cell bank. So there we process the amniotic cell, then keratin cells, and fibrosis cell. And apart from that, we have one research molecular lab. So also I'm leading this lab. So there I'm leading the one research project that is the debriding, preparation of bromelain and debriding, and all molecular activities is doing on. These are the basically my role.
Okay, and could you elaborate on that project, on the bromelain and eschar project that you're leading? And kind of like what it has to do with the amniotic applications that you're working with?
Yes, right. Yes, I already told I am leading the one research project that is the preparation of debriding bromelain. The thing is, I always believe a solution is come with the natures. So that's why amnion is a biological dressing material, and bromelain also is a part of pineapple stem. So we collect the pineapple part of pineapple. It's a proteolytic enzyme. So what is the role of bromelain? Bromelain is basically work on the what happened in the surgery. Generally, if any burn patients, so patients form the scar. So for that remove, doctor need to do the surgery, and there is a chances to remove the some live. It will attack on some live cells also. So bromelain is work basically. If we apply on the bromelain on this scar, so what happened? The bromelain attacks on only dead cells and it will protect the live cells and automatically eschar will remove. So same things, we prepared the here bromelain, and the bromelain means it's promotes the granulations, and the amnion also we know the amnions having antimicrobial activity, then healing property, anti-inflammatory. So if we come with the bromelain and amnion, so definitely healing problem will be solved and patient recovery will be fast.
Wow, that's incredible. Now, it sounds to me that, I mean, obviously you understand, the benefits of using amnion in something like this. Are your colleagues or are anybody on the outside, are they surprised about the positive results that are happening with this?
Yes, positive results. Right now, I'm working on the same projects. So still, bromelain is in working on the process. But the positive reports definitely will come because it's not a challenging part. Just we have to collect the simpler way the bromelain from the stem, and definitely it will come.
Okay. Wow. That's incredible. That's incredible. And
Thank you so
and
much.
you know, speaking of that, in the States, we have a very rigorous just procedure as far as just the collecting, the harvesting, the testing of amniotic tissue. Are there differences? What are the protocols in India in regard to that process?
See, the process is just only we have to for harvesting first that before we need to check the sources. So for the collections of placenta, we collect the placenta only cesareans. And the second thing is donor screening. So donor, we check the donors like it's HIV positive, then we check the HBV, SCV, syphilis. After that, if it is negative, then we will consider. And the thing is, we have a dedicated team. They inform the donor. They taken the consent sign form. And once the placenta is collected, we provide the container which containing glycerol, antibiotics. And once the placenta collected, then it will come in the lab. And after that, we process with the salines. Then after that, we check the quality. And like mostly people prefer the dry amnion, but here we are processing the only like fresh amnion because we are working on the burn. So it is good for compared to dry amnion. This is
So
the
when
and,
you say
and but before
fresh,
that we need to take the CD's course approval because it's a all ethical process. So in that CD's course role is very important.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so it sounds very similar. And when you refer to fresh amnion, does that mean cryopreserved or does that mean like complete like fresh? Like there's like it's not dry, you're taking it out, like it's wet basically. What exactly are you meaning by that?
Yes, the fresh amnion, it means it's not like a fresh, but it's preserved in a chemicals. Actually, what happened there is, I think you also aware, no? So amnion storage having three stages. That is the one someone will do the cryopreservation, someone will do through the lyophilizations, and someone will preserve the like chemical preservation. So we prefer the chemical preservation, and fresh why I'm called as because we are not processing any like cryopreservations, lyophilizations,
Yeah.
but just when we collect and check the microbial load and we stored and applied on direct patients.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for that clarification. And then going back to the donor moms, are you know, is it a well received practice over there? Are donor moms are they aware that they can donate their placentas and are they excited to do so when they find out all of the good things that can come of donating birth tissue?
Yes, see, we already have a selected dedicated doctors. We already contact with them, and we already provided the container with glycerol and like antibiotics with combinations of antibiotics just for to avoid the contaminations. So whenever seizure is happened, they already inform us. After that, our donor person went there, and then they they he will inform what is the importance of the amnion, and after that we collect with the doctor consent, with the doctor donor consent. After that we will collect and then we will process.
That's great. I love hearing that. I love hearing that, just
Thank you so much.
worldwide that yeah, that moms are really beginning to understand the importance of living tissue donation and I mean that's awesome. And then, and this will segue into another question, which, what are like are there any regulations or differences between therapeutic use and research use when you are harvesting and using birth tissue, donated birth tissue?
Yes, there is differences. If we consider for a research issue, research purpose, so for that we have to consider the work on the regulations of ICMR and under the regulation of CDSCO. And for that we need to prepare the ethics committee. And what the research is going on, we have to take approval from our ethics committee. And even before we applying on the patients, we check with we sign with the consent form. And that is the difference between research and if we consider for a therapeutic use. So therapeutic is there is a must. We have to take the approval from CDSCO. Then we have to go we need to go for clinical approvals. Then we check the our product is the product is standing in a market. What is it will it protects from long years or how it survive. So again, they check the patient data. Or if all is safe, then we'll go for the for further process. So both therapeutical and research purpose is totally different.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And are there a lot of therapeutic products available on the market in India now, that are in use as far as for treatment for patients?
Yes, amnion powder, and then nowadays many amnion also directly using on the patients. So many therapeutical product is available. Again, if we go with the stem cells therapy, then this all product is available, but most of the people is not aware about that. And
Okay.
that's why I'm appreciating your institute, American Amnion Institute is really working is great. Means they are creating the awareness and they are spreading the how amnion is beneficial for the society. It's a really great work, and I'm really honored I'm being a part of these organizations and through this podcast. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding? It's an honor to have you on and just, discuss your wealth of expertise in this. I just find it so fascinating, that there are so many similarities, with the United States and India and also a lot of the same obstacles. But it seems like India has a bit more, I want to say, openness about the potential, or not about, just the potential benefits, the benefits of this tissue. And do you foresee India moving just toward a broader clinical adoption with these, with birth tissue products?
See, if you are comparing with the USA, US is always great, America is always great. But India also is a developing country. And nowadays, India also accept the clinical products like amnion, birth tissue. And here is the thing is people like metro cities, they are aware about the amnion and what is the use. But like in rural area, it's a difficult part for the accepting. So for that, I think we need to create awareness. I think they will realize the importance. Again, they will accept. But the thing is, if you we compare with the America and India, so here is the product cost will come less compared to the USA. Again, it depends upon the regulatory part and the thing processing human cost, but the sourcing again sources also. So India is a huge populations. So based on that, I am concluding that the India is accepting the clinical products, but for that we need to create the awareness. That's all.
Yeah. 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 Awareness is such a big, just key component, I think, for everything and just, yeah, everybody to kind of understand and back it. And that being said, how did you get into this whole just research? How did you get into just loving, the whole idea of just this, amniotic side of things? I mean, it's a very it's very niche, and I'd like to know how you came about it.
Okay. Basically, my background is a microbiology. I completed PhD in a microbiology subject. So I have 12 years experience inside the lab. So previously, I worked in a microbiology segments. After that, I shifted in a molecular when COVID starts. Then I realized the amnion is a future. And based on that, I shifted in a skin bank, amnion bank, and a stem cell bank. So like the year I come with the satisfaction work. We are saving the someone's life with earning. So that's why I'm shifting here. And the great thing is I'm working in a great institute that is a National Burn Institute. So there is a director is Dr. Sunil Keswani and his son is Siddharth Keswani. Both are a brilliant persons, and it's a good opportunity for me. I am working on in their guidance. After that, I shifted in a Amnion Banks. So it's my whole journey.
That's just so fascinating to me that, just
Thank
how, and
you.
it's kind of funny. I always say, you don't find this, it kind of finds you, and it just it resonates, it hits you, and to, I mean, I love your excitement about just the, all of the potential and just the benefits that it can have. And it just sounds to me like you're just kind of like on the tip of the iceberg right now, as far as, I mean, I can see it in your face, just like, oh my gosh, there's
Thank
just so many exciting things to do. And I just find that, just so admirable, that you're pushing, just this whole message. So what excites you the most about the future of just, all of these
you.
amniotic, products and the possibilities?
See, the future is for amnion replacement. There is a one is for, in a burn patient especially. Ec- uh, yeah, for applying on the graft, skin graft is available, and apart from that is the amnion. If we compare with the skin and amnion bank, so skin is less available compared to the amnion, and the collection process of the skin is difficult. And the thing is, amnion itself antimicrobial activity, then anti-healing properties, and it's have a capacity. It's also provide the moisture contents. So based on that, all these things, amnion will recover the fast compared to the skin. So based on that, this data and availability, I am confident the future of amnion is bright in India. It's not only India; it's all over world.
Yeah,
Based
that's
on
and
the
that's
based on the result and the available data.
and that, and I mean, you really hit such a strong point there, to where, you know from the skin side of things, you're absolutely right with the amniotic membrane and utilizing that. It just, there's so much, it just seems like there's so much potential in regard to regeneration and things of that nature. And also just the whole idea of to donate, it's nothing. It's, it's just, I mean, it's huge obviously, but what I mean is it's painless. If we're not
Yeah.
using it for medical innovations, it's just basically being dumped as medical waste. It just seems like it's a resource that's being so underutilized, yet has so much potential. And I love that, as far as with the skin. And, I mean, I just think that's great. And to your point too, with the banks, what future, what do you see with that? What are the benefits of having these amniotic banks? That you just, you well, you tell me, because that excites me too. That's something that, we don't necessarily have here in the States, and I just think that that's really interesting too.
Okay. See, amnions having a one most of the important what happened in a burn patients for their the major challenges for the doctor is to prevent the contaminations. And if we apply the or if doctor apply the amnion, the thing is, see, amnion is antimicrobial activity. It's having some cellular components with defense with the microbes. Then it's present the defense. So, and epithelial peptide. So, based on that, this is the antimicrobial property. So, it's prevent the contamination. That is the first benefits. And second thing, amnion contains some growth hormones, growth factors, which promote the cell growth. So again, it will the healing property and the recovery is less means come fast compared to the other traditional method. And the thing is, amnion having anti-inflammatory property, like amnion presents some cytokines. So based on that, the cytokines role is to promote the epithelialization, like to form the blood vessels, and amnion itself having a moisture retention property. So based on that, the wound will be recover fast, healing will fast, and the pain management is the most important thing. And based on that, I'm telling like that the amnion is the future, and it's a very important for like society and in medical terms also. That's it.
And that's huge, and I mean, going back to that, with the patient quality of life, that's what I wanted to ask you too, as far as how you're improving. You mentioned pain management, and
Yes.
I think that, a lot of individuals, even professionals, physicians, I don't think that they understand the huge potential for just like the pain management side of things with patients. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yes. See, the pain management, why I'm telling, like amnion having some cytokines like IL-10, IL-1A. So the amnion itself having a low immunogen, like it accept all body, and the applying is easily compared to the skin. And the why I'm calling as a pain management, it recover fast, then it prevent the bacterial contaminations, means the bacteria is not attacking on the cells, so definitely pain will less. And it promote the cell some growth hormones, so based on that it works on the pain management. And the
Wow.
thing is, again, the one important thing is I miss, like if we go with the skin graft, so there may be a chances to form the scar. And for the like a burn patient is a difficult task. And we also know aware about that the accepting the society like for burn patient is a difficult. So forming the scar and it's like less confidence, and some patient also feel like what is going to happen. So based on that, and if apply the amnion, so the scar will also come less compared to the skin graft, and society also accept, again recovery rate also fast. So based on that evidence, I am telling you.
Now, and that's another really, I mean, wow. I mean, you just hit on something too that I think kind of in the back of my mind, but a lot of people like with that kind of pain management, just that the whole holistic. I mean, a lot of it has to do, I'd say, with, kind of the mental pain and not just the physical pain. And so with that scar healing and things of that nature, I just think that, yeah, it's the whole holistic process to where it's not just the physical pain, but it's also
Yes,
just,
yes.
oh, okay, I feel better about myself because, it's I this scar is minimal. Things like that, which, yeah, that's a really great point that I'm really happy that you brought up, because I think that that's really important, in the whole holistic view of healing. So I think that's great. That's great. And as far as your future, I mean, we've kind of talked about just the future of amniotic membrane and just birth tissue in general with the regenerative, medicine field. What do you see your future?
Like if I'm working in an amnion bank, so future is bright. And I also suggest and I also recommend to everyone's also. See, amnion is the future of medicines, like burn patients. Like again, amnion is not working only burn patients. Amnion again work on like ophthalmology, then dermatology. Then again, it was used in us for anti-aging. It works as an anti-aging. Then, so based on that, amnion having a huge property, and based on that, I'm telling and available data. So amnion is a bright futures. Who is working in the amnion, so definitely their future is bright.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. And yeah, I think we can kind of leave it at that, unless you'd like to add anything. I mean, that was absolutely fantastic. This was incredibly enlightening to me, and I've learned so much from you. And I hope that this isn't the last time that you will be on the show. I hope that we can get you back on again, especially as your research continues, because I'd love to keep in touch with you and just really, find out more about where this is going.
Yes, thank you.